So guys, we're pretty excited. Pre-sale has finally begun. We have the launchpad, that Valify, that app. You guys can go in there to use your legendary yield keys to actually start purchasing your yield boxes. And there's a small value allocation if you're willing, if you want to do that. You do not need to purchase the value to purchase the yield boxes. You can just purchase the yield boxes straight away. As of right now, it hasn't even been 24 hours and we have sold 1,213 yield boxes. So I want to congratulate the community on that milestone of 1,000 yield boxes sold. It's pretty big and pretty exciting times. The whole team is very committed and very happy for all the work we have put in this weekend to get everything ready for launch. And we're just moving ahead, and that's basically what we're doing. We understand the conditions are kind of tough, and we might extend the pre-sale sale. So that's something that we will announce if something happens. But as of right now, it ends on the 23rd or 24th. Vish, is it the 24th?
24th night, UTC, 11 p.m. UTC.
24th night, yeah, UTC. Okay. So yeah, you guys can still, I know there's some confusion about the upgrading and all that, so I'm going to touch up lightly on all those points. If you go to the marketplace, you can actually buy V1s, which means no yield boxes have been created on it, which means you'll be able to create yield boxes, right? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, because someone said the audio is gone. Okay. Yeah, awesome. I just wanted to make sure. So V1 is out in the marketplace. You guys can purchase those from any marketplace, whether it's ours or NFT Trade, and then you can use that to convert it into V2, and then the V2 is the one you connect to the launchpad, and that way you can purchase your yield boxes and all that. We did that to prevent a scam. You guys know what it is. We have explained it over the announcement, just to ensure that our community is safe from anyone trying to do us any harm. And that's one thing that we've been working on. As you guys know, just a quick reminder, this AMA is being recorded and will be posted after, if you guys don't have time to listen completely or got in a little bit later. So it will be recorded. If you have any questions and don't feel like coming up, you can put them on AMA live chat, or you can DM us privately or come up, and that should be fine. Okay, that being said, so you're going to be able to purchase V1s on the marketplace, or just convert yours to V2s in the marketplace and then use it in the launchpad to get your yield boxes and Vali tokens. Let me repeat that again, that you do not need Vali tokens to purchase your yield boxes. So you just need stablecoin, $250 per yield box, and you will get your yield boxes. Later in the month, June 1st begins the claiming period where you can just claim and where you can claim your yield boxes and they'll start generating money. So that's going to be pretty exciting times too. And then on June 5th is when the DApp opens to the public, which means people who claimed early have already earned more value than those who claimed later. And you guys will earn a couple days prior to regular people. Okay, so that's pretty exciting times. We're doing pretty good numbers. We're pulling really good numbers. We're hoping around 10,000 yield boxes, 10 to 20,000 yield boxes created during this period. And that's what the team is aiming for. The upgrade should not take that long. I know you guys, some of you were asking, but it does it all in one sweep. So if you plan on trading legendary yield keys, please keep them separate from the ones you're using to fill this. If you end up converting both, you can sell them after, or you can just use them to compound in the future. So that's always a solution. Launch price will be around $40. That's going to be the launch price. Okay. And then we have the whitelist one, which is for people who are whitelisted to purchase at $40 and $250 yield key, which are smaller than the legendary. And those dates will come later down the line. But there's going to be an overlap from the legendary to this. The legendary V2s cannot be sold until after launch to prevent the scam that we were mentioning. But yeah. Okay, so on other news about Cerdict, we finally got their final report, their initial final report, but apparently they missed an informational, which is very not critical error that we had fixed in the code, and they just didn't see it. So we're telling them to fix it, but after that, everything should be ready. So just a couple more days before we have the final report from CERDIC, and it's actually released to the public. It's going to be pretty exciting. Everything looks pretty good. And yeah, we just can't wait for that. We're just waiting right now for CERDIC to finish. I already mentioned to them that this issue was already fixed and that they should take a look at it again because for some reason they missed this issue. Yeah, yield boxes start making you money, start making you Vali the day that is the claiming period, which is June 1st to June 4th. So right now you're just pre-purchasing them, and then once that time comes, you go into the DApp, you connect your wallet, it'll tell you you have this many, and then you can just claim them, and then you activate them, and they start making you money. Okay, now I want to touch up a little bit on some rumors that has been going around. As you guys know, we did talk about Horde and that we were in conversation with them, and we did have a lot of meetings with them, and they're pretty cool people. We admire them, what they're doing. Unfortunately, we were not able to strike a deal with them just for the fact that the deal felt very one-sided, and it wouldn't benefit Balify. We showed the whole mod team. We talked with the whole team, and we even showed it to some community members that are very big whales in Balify. And it really just doesn't make sense for the amount of money that they're asking and all these things that they're asking from us to do it. You know, in a year, it could be over 6 to 7 figures that we will have to pay them. And I just felt that was very outrageous for something that could be easily programmed by someone else. And that's what we're doing now. So basically what we're doing, you know, from the very beginning, we always had this bot and this algorithm that will buy and sell depending on the price ranges that we put it at. It did not incorporate liquidity. But now that we see what Horde is doing and the success they're having, we have actually allocated more resources to include that liquidity movement in our algorithms. So yes, we will be making something similar to what just Horde has, very similar. We cannot fork it. Someone said, why don't just fork it? The code is not public, and honestly, it's just complex code that it's tailored to their own token and how they could do it. Yeah. So we're working on it. We're working on our own solution, and I think that's the best for Balify because, as you know, we have said from the very beginning that we will control the price through the buybacks and this algorithm. Now we're just extending it a little bit more and adding that liquidity management to it. So we have already started allocating teams and people to start building those things to have them as soon as possible. So it's pretty exciting times. And I think with that, Valify would go to the top. Absolutely. Just the fact that we're going to have a stable price even without the liquidity management, and then adding the liquidity managers would just make it even much more stable. So, you know, and people think there's this sentiment in the market that a stable price really means that your project is sustainable, when in reality, it doesn't necessarily mean that, okay? You could have a sustainable project that leads to a sustainable price. But if you have a stable price, it does not mean that your project is 100% sustainable. I just don't want people thinking that if we don't have this, what Horde has, we're going to die, because really that's not what's going to happen. You know, sustainability comes from generating equal or more money than you're actually paying out per day or per month or per year. And that's what we're focused on. And that's why we said, hey, let's build the ecosystem. Let's build good big investments. And let's build products and services that we can offer to other people. We can make money on those transactions and use those money to pay back Yieldbox rewards. That's basically what we're doing. There will not be a Horde partnership. We love them to death. They're pretty cool people, and it was a pleasure, having the time to meet with them and getting to know the team. I'm still super bullish on Horde. It's just it wasn't a deal that we could strike. I would just say that we have a different terms of what a partnership is. That's what I would say. The terms of partnership, what it means to have a partnership, are different for them than to us. And it's just, people have different views and we respect them completely. But we are working on our own thing. And I think that's what's best for our ecosystem. I didn't want to risk Valify in the hands of someone else's code that might or might not work. And if it doesn't work, then we are screwed, basically. So it's too much risk for us to take for the amount of money that we would have to give them. I hope and I wish them the best. The whole team does, because they deserve it, and they're pretty smart people. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So we are looking to. Balify already has their algorithm that will maintain the price within a certain range, doing buybacks and sells. But now we're adding this liquidity management that puts in liquidity and takes out liquidity. So that's the second part that we're adding now to our thing. Yeah. In the future, the beauty of this is that in the future, we can actually use this as a service that Valify provides to other protocols, basically, and if they go through the Valify vision and they have the same values as us, and honesty, transparency, just being open, then maybe we can collab with them, and maybe we can strike deals like that. So I think this is actually a pretty good that we're able to build our own and actually use it in the future to monetize and make more money for Valify. Yeah, to create something. That's basically what we noticed, is that we went to our lead developer and we were like, hey, so we're planning on doing this. What do you think? And he said, you shouldn't be spending more than 5 figures on something like this. And to program it wouldn't take more than 5 figures. But, with all the fees and stuff that Horde presented on Balify, it would incur a charge over a year that's much more than 5 figures. So we thought, obviously it's saving us time from us having to develop it, but at what cost? Like, what is this going to cost Valify in the future? And this is like years and years of paying them and stuff and giving them the fees. That's going to take time and a lot of money from our sustainability. So we thought, let's do it ourselves. We have the resources to do it. And that's what we're going with. Again, the price being stable doesn't really mean anything if you don't have sustainability behind it. Eventually, if you are a protocol that doesn't have any sustainability, is not generating any money, if you have that manipulation of the price, eventually it will run out and your price will crash. So what we're trying to do is build this ecosystem that really supports that and gives it that extra bump. Valify price range algorithm. I like that. Yeah, we feel like we have the capabilities and the resources to do something like this, and it's really not that complicated. It's about testing and making sure that everything is working great. But yeah, overall, we're very bullish and excited for this great news. And honestly, I want to thank Horde for their time and efforts that they put into meeting with us. They're very talented people and they deserve everything that's going their way. We're very excited and very bullish for them, and we're very excited and very bullish for this great movement of Balify, where we're going. So we're hoping to implement this as soon as possible. Obviously, in the beginning, we already have our own algorithm that will do buybacks and sells, which that should stabilize the price. And if we're gonna get it, if we want to get it like core, basically like very very stable, it will take a little bit longer. But that the code will be keep getting updated with better and better algorithm to be able to actually have it very flat lined like core, and maybe even increase it. That was basically our goal from the very beginning. We said we had this. Just obviously partnering up with them would save us time, but at what cost? That was always our question. Like, how is this going to benefit Balify? We as core team members, we have the duty and the responsibility to really look out for Balify, the community, and our investors. And it was just something that really didn't make sense. I hope they find their first partner to launch their algorithm with, and I wish them the best. So we ever since day one, we've been working on the selling pressure and all this with our engine, with the yield keys, everything. I think with Balify, we have really built a really strong foundation, and that's what we're betting on. Our foundation, that from the start, from the very inside to the outside, is as much sustainable as possible as it possibly can, basically. Yeah, someone was asking about what the model of Valfi will be, and the business model, and I just want to quickly touch upon that. Basically, as Valfi.
Hey Ed, I think we lost you there. Hey Ed, I think we lost you there, bro.
Give me 1 second, sorry.
Oh, okay. Make sure.
Sorry, yes. So basically, the business model for Valfi, what we're looking at is basically, it was initially going to be investments, and then we realized as a team that investments solely will not support the ecosystem itself. And obviously, there's downturns and like bear markets and bull markets, so it really makes it very unpredictable. We started analyzing that, bringing utility and actually creating other stuff that people can use, which will generate profits from transactions, is what will actually bring us sustainability in Balify. Okay, so we set out and we said what things can we build on top of layer one blockchain to create transaction fees and for the Valfi Treasury. And we thought about a marketplace, we thought about a DEX, we thought about this and that, and those are things that we're actually building right now, just to reach as much as we can in every direction of the crypto market. Capture that. Will the marketplace have the name of Balify on it? No. And that's on purpose. We don't want people to think that, oh, because I'm using this marketplace, it belongs to Balify. Like, I don't want people to know that this, obviously it's going to be known, but I don't want it to be like the same colors as Balify. I want it to be its own entity owned by Balify. So Balify owns and gets the commissions, but it's not Balify themed, I want it to be its own thing, and it will have its own Twitter. And that's basically how we're imagining this ecosystem, just different apps in different places that can basically generate money through transactions for Valfi without people knowing that they're really using Valfi's marketplace, for example. And that way, even if they don't like Valfi, then they can still use it, because not everyone's open to investing into DaaS protocols. So it's just opening that opportunity to capture the wider audience who are not really willing to invest in DaaS protocols for the benefit of our DaaS protocol. Yeah, it's going to be different apps and different things, services. Even if we create like this liquidity manager, maybe we can use that as a service to other protocols that we believe in. The marketplace will generate a bunch of different transaction fees, and everything we're building has to have a step above of the competition. So if we look at what marketplaces do right now, we need to be a step above. We need to be like, what would be the next marketplace? What would be something that if we release, everyone will try to copy us? So that's what we're trying to build. We're trying to build everything that already exists, but with a next level type of and that's where our creativity as a core team comes in. And I think we can rise to the top and maybe even create, like, one of our goals is like make like big acquisitions, into our competition and just buy them out, and then own their whole product and customers and everything. So that would be pretty cool to see what happens. Yeah, maybe Balify blockchain in the future. Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat really quickly. The announcement about the delayed monthly fee that will come this Friday. We have an AMA this Friday, and I will give you the details on that. I just need to make sure a couple more things with our devs and stuff, because it really pushing that fee to the end and giving like the first month free will take a hit on sustainability as a whole. But we have to look out for it and really do the numbers and paint the picture completely, and then we can take a we can make a final decision, and we should have that by Friday. But yeah, this is just like a small glimpse of what we think what we're thinking of when we think of Valfi ecosystem. Just creating something that really reaches everywhere in crypto and makes the most money from transactions, and then just brings it back to Balify just to pay out those yield boxes.
Did you talk about making yield boxes?
Yes, I did that in the beginning. I explained the
Okay, just making sure.
yeah, you can connect V2 to the launchpad, and then you can purchase your yield boxes. Someone's saying, with the pre-sale being launched yesterday, is anything going to be on schedule? Everything else is going to be on schedule. We're just going to push back the pre-sale for legendary yield key owners. It will not end on the 20th. It will end on the 24th UTC. But yeah, guys, really, the team has just been looking out for our community, and just trying to make sense of the numbers, and just trying to understand where we stand, and if we could negotiate something like that. But it just really didn't make sense, and it just felt better to just build it in house, and that's what we're going with. And I think that's the best thing we could have done. We wish the team at Horde the best, and we really like them, and we hope we can collaborate maybe in the future with other stuff. But as of right now, we're not going to collaborate with them, and that's just basically the end of it. Yeah, this is basically revolutionizing DaaS protocols. That's basically our grand vision, because investments are really not going to cut it when you have to pay out. So we will have a little bit more details about this whole change, about including the liquidity manager and all that stuff, in our white paper later down the week, hopefully by Friday. And that way you guys can read up a little bit more, and we will try to explain a little bit more the Valfi ecosystem and everything that entails. But I think it was the correct move for Balify. What we're doing, the team is highly confident that we can achieve this. We are all very, very excited to be here and thankful to be here. Honestly, like, this is an opportunity of a lifetime, and I'm just really excited for the community that we have. Like, you guys have been incredible, very supportive, and honestly, like, we couldn't ask for more. We really couldn't. again, we have always mentioned that Balify is a very adaptive protocol, and when we see issues, we will adapt and fix them and try to solve them as fast as possible. And that's what we have been doing. And if something like a tax needs to be implemented in the future to really control Valley, then we will certainly discuss it and think about it and maybe implement it. But as of right now, we believe what we have, we're very confident that we can just go with it. I think that pretty much covers everything. We will update you guys on what is it called? On Certic once we have that ready. And we're also going to update the white paper to explain a little bit more about our algorithm and our liquidity management. But all the work has been put in to actually build it. So don't worry about that, guys. So the Valley token and the algorithm, the initial part of the algorithm, which is the buying and selling to control the price, will be out prior to yield boxes starting to generate money. On June 1st, you guys get to claim your yield boxes. They can start making you money and you can start trading like normally, how normally you would. And then on June 5th is when it opens to the public, basically anyone who wants to buy other yield keys and start creating their yield boxes. And we will obviously ramp up marketing towards that moment. And hopefully we can have our marketplace done by around the same time and our prediction game also done around the same time. The rewards will build up over time. They're not paid out like every 8 hours or something. It's just gonna add it to your. It's calculated by time. So it just checks what time you claimed and then what time is it now, and it gives you the rewards that you have earned over that time. For right now, the DApp is basically only desktop. We're trying to work on a view for mobile, but we really don't recommend you use mobile for security purposes on your MetaMask. We really want everyone to be safe. So by just using desktop, it's a little bit more safe. You can list your V2s on NFT Trade, but you cannot trade them. Like no one can actually complete the transaction to send you the money, and you send them the V2 because they're locked. The trading is locked. But listing, you're the owner and you can do whatever you want. Right now we have 31 strong nodes. The issue and why we haven't compounded anymore is that the gas fees are really high. So we're just waiting to accumulate more stronger to actually compound, to claim and compound once we have more stronger already gathered.
Another thing too, also two things. First of all, merch. I recently made a ValiFi hoodie, and I think the team liked it. I liked it. Some of the community liked it as well too. I shared in a couple of chats. We're looking to give away some of those hoodies in the near future. We just got to figure out the best way of kind of giving them away to people in the community. So if you guys have any good ideas on that, or regardless, if you guys just regularly have any good ideas, feel free to contact us always.
Yeah, Rafa, we hear you. I've been seeing a lot of people asking to extend the legendary pre-sale a little bit longer, and we're really considering and talking with the team just to make sure if the numbers make sense. But you know, we will make that decision a little bit later at the end of this week. Well, guys, I think with this we can reach the end of the AMA. This was just a quick update about everything that's going on. We're very, very excited about how things are playing out, and I think our DApp looks extremely well. I don't know what you guys think about the new color scheme and all that. We are building a website that's very similar to it. So that's the new direction that Balify is going. It's a very more tone, a little bit more serious tone, darker colors, and something a little less metaversy. And I think it's really good. Our website is going to be very simple to understand for anyone who's coming in, and that's just something that we've been working on the side.
Going off of that really quick, we already have the design in place and it looks beautiful. We just need to work on actually implementing onto the website, which should take another week and a half. So just bear with us for a little bit.
Yeah, they want a sneak peek. We can definitely post that on general chat, and that would be pretty cool. If you have the sand cord, if you have that investment idea, just send it to me through private DM so I can actually look at it later. And if it looks solid, then yes, we will obviously present it to the community. There's a new legendary yield key design that's coming up too, and you guys should be excited for it. It looks pretty sexy. That guy is very talented. So all those changes and all that will come at a later date. But yeah, I just wanted to update everyone how it's going. I think we're very bullish on what we're doing, and we know what we're doing. Since day one, we knew it, and we have been working nonstop to achieve our goals and to make sure that Balify is sustainable and transparent, and everything's set in place by the time we need it. Crypto, I accepted your friend request. Yes, we will release a sneak peek of the website in a little bit, and we'll put it on general chat, so don't worry about that. I really love the new website. It's so much more professional than what we have. But don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. We're all gonna make it, and the bear market right now, it's on us, and I think this is just times that will pass, and then we'll laugh about it in the future. So I want to thank each and every one of you for just being here with us and really supporting us through this mission. It's been incredible, this journey, and I just can't believe that it's just getting started, and we have years and years to come together. We'll keep you updated with how the CERTIC thing is going. We'll keep you updated soon with in the white paper about the liquidity manager that we are going to be creating ourselves. And we can use it as a service in the future to even make more money for Valfi. So that's going to be pretty exciting. I want to thank every one of you for just being here and supporting us. And congratulations to the whole community for reaching over 1,000 yield boxes sold in less than 24 hours. It's a true milestone, and this is just the beginning. So yeah, thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. If you need anything else, you have any questions, please ask our mods or DM us. There's no issue with that. We always try to respond as much as we can. And if we don't respond in time, please give us a little bit of patience. We're working nonstop, and we get thousands of DMs. And it's just, we're working and getting DMs, so it's a lot of work, but we'll answer your DM without a doubt. If you have any ideas or anything you want to express to us, just literally DM us. There's no issue with that too. So I want to thank you all and hope you guys have a great Tuesday.
Thank you, everybody.